now is outside the Miami Beach Convention Center. That's a COVID testing site. David, good morning. How is the state's response here evolving over time?
Well, take, for example, the chief executive, the governor, who still refuses to require people statewide to wear masks. He said yesterday, hey, listen, we're not going backwards. I'm not closing things again because I don't think open businesses are to blame for the spike in cases. He did mention young people. He says he believes social interactions among young people are partly to blame, and so he's asking them to be more responsible.
Florida has lower per capita COVID mortality than the national average and lower than 27 other states. Our unemployment rate is lower than the national average, even though tourism isn't fully back. And our budget is in great shape. We have not touched one red cent from our rainy day fund throughout this whole time. Florida got it right, and the lockdown states got it wrong.
Governor Ron DeSantis signing Executive Order number 21101 this morning in St. Petersburg, invalidating all remaining local emergency orders related to COVID. The executive order reads in part, quote, local communities lack justification in continuing to impose COVID-related emergency orders restricting the rights and liberties of their citizens.
They should be calling us all up and saying thank you to cities and counties because what could have happened in the state of Florida as far as the number of hospitalizations and the number of deaths didn't happen because of the actions that cities and counties took that this legislation directly addresses and would in vast large part prohibit us from doing. Aside from COVID, let's say we have a hurricane and our bridges are washed out and I put an executive order in place, an emergency order. 7 days later, somehow I got to try and get my council back together in order to extend that emergency order. Otherwise, that emergency order is over. It goes away. Well, I would encourage the governor to review the order to see what it says here. I'm going to turn to that page. An emergency order automatically expires 7 days after issuance. This is in section section 4. Okay, so he's saying it's only relates to healthcare. So I guess it's not important